All right, well, let's move through to our segment tonight on the cool online tools. All right, so I've got a range of tools I've come through. Some are older tools, some are newer tools, some are tools there that have really started to incorporate some of the new AI features into it. All right, so the first one I've got for you, let me just preload some of these, as Chrome has this habit of not loading things to save energy, which means when I come back to it, it's not loaded. All right, so very first one I've got for you. This is an old tool, but it's been updated as well. It's called the Hemingway app. And what it does is it helps to make your content easier to read. And it tries to keep it to a reading level grade of around about someone who's 14. So the reading level of your content that goes out online should really be readable and understandable by someone who is 14. Why? Not because the rest of us are dumb, but because things are moving so quickly. People are scrolling very quickly on the platforms, even on the web as well, going through search. So you want to make sure that it's easy and simple for people to read your content. So Hemingway app does that, and you can either just type into the app here. So if you start typing words, you can create and write your articles in here. Or best thing to do is to paste it in here. So once you paste it in, it will analyze your content. Down the right-hand side, it'll give you some grades and some scores. And so it'll give you the grade on readability. And up the top here, it tells you whether it says these are American grades, this one here. So grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, that sort of thing there. Grade, I think about grade 7 or 8 is about that 12 to 14-year-old. It tells and it highlights the text as well too. So this text that's highlighted in yellow, it says that the sentence is hard to read. So what you're looking for is short sentences. Rather than having long paragraphs and long sentences, short sentences and lots of them. So it's giving you some suggestions to fix it. Grammatical errors. Weakeners. So weakeners are passive voice text rather than active voice, and it'll give you some suggestions there to fix it up as well too. Now what I've got open here is just the free version. You can see at the top here there are icons, for instance, to say fix the grammar. It will rewrite it and it will fix a lot of those elements, but you do need to sign in for it. So you'll see here that it's got a button in it to try it for free. You can get in, you can try on a trial. If you like it, then you can then sort of pay for it. Now it's not expensive. It's what is it, $8 a month. Well, that's on annual, but if you're on monthly, it's $10 to $15 a month. That's obviously US dollars. So you're talking about what's that? Around about $15, $15 to $20, Australia, New Zealand, sort of local currencies. So that one there is called the Hemingway app.com. Now these links will drop them into chat so that at the evening you can save the chat and the links will be clickable. And you can go and explore these at your leisure. If you're not sure where chat is by now, it's down in the bottom toolbar on your Zoom screen. 2 little speech bubbles. Click on it, open it up, and you'll see people in there dropping in their intros. But that's where we'll pop it in. All right, next one I've got for you is if you are branding or wanting to get some sort of color combinations, this is my favorite tool. So it's one called coolors.co, and it'll help you to create color palettes for yourself. So let's just drop into the color palette generator, and I'll show you what it looks like. So you can start with one color or a couple of colors. You can even upload an image to this. It will pick colors out of the image, and it will create a color palette using the colors in the image. Looks like I've got the Gremlins running today, so it's just going to be running a little bit slow. I'll just preload that other one. All right, so here we go. So this is what it looks like. So you see there's a color palette here. If you hit the space bar on your computer, it will change it to another color palette. So you can keep cycling through color palettes until you find colors that you like. So let's say this purple, we like this purple here. There's a lock symbol on it, which you can now lock that color. So if you hit the space bar again, it'll now look for other colors that go with that purple color. There are some other options here as well too. There is a gradient option, so you might like that particular color blue, but let's say you want a darker version. You can click a darker version and then go and click that lock key, and then you can sort of work your way through till you've got all of the colors. You'll see these numbers down here, which is this one's 374558. That's what's known as the hex code for the number. That's what's used in web coding. It's what printers use as well. Although printers use a CMYK code, so you can change it to CMYK, and then you can copy that code to give to your printer as well with documents that you create. So if you're using apps like Canva and you're looking for color palettes for using in say Canva, when you're doing some of your graphic designs, this is a great place to start to generate some color palettes. Now this tool is free, it's totally free. They do have a pro version, but to actually generate your color palettes, it is absolutely free. And what you can do too is you can explore color palettes that have been generated by other people as well. So if you want to sort of see some combinations that they have put together, then Coolors will actually present you with some color palettes that you might consider using. So you can see here whole range of color palettes that you can scroll through, and if you find one that you like, you can select it. Then you can also change that color palette to suit you as well too. So great app. It's one of my go-to tools in the design space and very simple for anyone to use. And it's called Coolors.co. And Coolors is spelled COOLORS.co. All right, another really cool tool for those of you that use ChatGPT. This is one of my new favorite tools. It's called Video Summarizer. So if we click on that Open Summarizer, that'll open up ChatGPT. Now you do need to be logged into ChatGPT. If you're not familiar with ChatGPT, that is an AI app which does a whole lot of things. So it's chatgpt.com, and you can do things like edit content, you can create content, you can do things like create a business plan or an outline of business plan, you can create avatars for your business, you can do some keyword research in here, you can even write code with it. So it is an incredible tool. So if you haven't seen it, sign up for it and go and explore what it can do. But in ChatGPT, you'll see on the top left-hand side, there is a button that says Explore GPTs. Now, in that area, there are a whole lot of add-ons to ChatGPT to make things easier for you. But one of those add-ons just happens to be one called Video Summarizer, and I've used this to help write articles. So let's get through to YouTube, and I'll show you how this works. In fact, we'll go to, it helps if I spell it properly. Let's go youtube.com/SmashGo, which is our channel. All right, let's load it up. So what we'll do is we'll go and grab a link to a video. And what happens is with the link, insert that into the Video Summarizer. And what it does is it summarizes the video, but it will also create an article out of the video that you put in from the content of the video. So let's just grab a smaller one. Okay, here's an app we previewed last week. Let's try and grab the link for that. Okay, 3 little dots and share, and it'll bring us up the link. So we'll copy that link from that video, come back to Video Summarizer, and we want the ChatGPT version. Okay, and then just where you type in your prompt, let's paste that YouTube video in. Oh, actually, I did skip a step. There are 3 buttons there. One of them is to generate a summary, but it's now doing that for us. Okay, so it's now generating a summary of what was in that video. In fact, giving us 2 options in this case here. So I'm now training this app. It's going to ask me which one do I prefer. So let's go with one of these. Okay. All right. Now, what you'll notice is that let's go with this second one. I'm going to say I prefer this response for the second one. I'm still writing it. Okay, let's grab that. At the end of the article, you'll notice there are 4 commands with these square brackets. There's one which is write an educational article, so I'm going to copy that one. There's create a conclusion diagram, assess my knowledge, so it'll create a quiz, and it'll also put the timestamps in. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that A in, which is to write an educational article. And what that's now going to do is it's going to write an article based on the content that is in that video. So it's not going out and getting content from other sources. This is the source document for the article. So if you're wanting to write blog posts or social media content from the videos that you've made, this tool is a great tool to be able to do it. And it can do it in your voice. There is a bit of training that you can do with it with ChatGPT in terms of so that it knows what your voice is. The more you use it, the more it learns, how you speak and how you work. For me, I've already programmed into this that I want this written in Australian English as opposed to US English, and that I've got some words there that I've banned in there as well. So there's some funky words that ChatGPT puts in there. So I've got a banned list in there, so it's never allowed to use those words. So you can create a banned words list. So you see here now that it's actually writing an article, and the content of it is pretty good. So you can go through and edit it once it's written. But once it's done that, then you've got something that is a reasonably good article and a good start that you can use for your blog posts and for social media. If you want to go further with it, you can ask it for an image. You can ask it for a call to action, or let it know what sort of call to action you want with this as well too. But there's just really the basis of writing an article. So you can see that it took 2 or 3 minutes to do that. Compared to your time doing it, it makes it a lot quicker. So that one there is an app for ChatGPT called Video Summarizer. All right, next one I've got for you is one called Chatbase. And what that is you've probably seen on the bottom of websites, usually on the bottom left or bottom right, a chat agent. And I think sort of the likes of the telecommunications companies, they have it there, and there are various websites. So you can just ask it a question and it will come back with an answer. So you're not actually talking to a person, you're talking to an AI bot. Looks like they've got one at the bottom here. There we go. If we open it up, you can see a chat bot in action. So with these chat bots, here we go. It's got some questions here. If we ask, what is Chatbase, it's now going to tell us, what's on the website. So you train these chat bots, or you build these chat bots. And if you have a look at build your agent, it'll ask you to log in. There is a free trial with this. There's a paid plan with it as well too. And all you're doing is you're uploading documents of your business into here to train it. So if you've got brochures, flyers, your website, you can do a printout of your website or copy the content of your website, drop all of that information in here. In fact, you can just put your website link into here. And the more you put in, the more useful information it's got. And that's what builds your chatbot. You've got a button here that says create chatbot after you've loaded all of the articles and content, and it will build a bot like this one here on the side of the website where people can come in, ask questions. It will give people the answers based on all of the content that you've got. You'll be able to go back into it too and see, if there's anything that it's giving that's not quite right, or there's some missing information, and you can add further information into this as well, so that you're gradually building up a good knowledge base of information that people can reliably use on your website to answer all their questions, and it can even do things like hand people over to a human or book an appointment with you when it gets to that sort of stage as well too. So once you've created your chatbot, it will give you a piece of code to go and put in your website. At that point, you are paying for it. But again, it's not an expensive exercise with this as well. It's very affordable, and certainly a lot more affordable than having a bank of staff members having to answer these as humans. So a great tool called chatbase.co, well worth exploring. And the very last app and tool I got for you today is not an app and a tool. It is a book. It is a podcast. If you haven't found it, it is called The Diary of a CEO. It is the number one, or was the number one ranked podcast on Apple Podcasts, I think, over in the UK. This guy here, I think he's about 28, started when he was 19, built an incredible podcast. He interviews CEOs from all over the world and has some fascinating insights and information in here. He's also got a book, The Diary of the CEO, which has pulled out some of the best in there as well too. So whether you get the book or you subscribe to the podcast, I highly recommend it. Well worth it. And they are long podcasts. They're over an hour long. They're an hour and a half long. You will find them on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch it, he does have a YouTube channel of his podcast as well too. So certainly someone put me onto it the other day, and it was just from a comment saying that a lack of oxygen means is the entry of disease into the body. And this is a guy who Stephen had interviewed, who used to be an actuary, who could tell within a month when you were going to die based on your medical history and based on a whole lot of data and stats. So he got out of that and is in the wellness industry rather than the death industry. But that was the interview that I saw, which was really well worth watching. But yeah, incredible guy, great book and good podcast. And that there is a roundup of our cool online tools for tonight. So I'll drop all of those into the chat as the last entry in chat. And let us know in chat there, what was your favorite one? What do you think will be the one that you'll explore more? Just to keep me on track with these tools to ensure that I keep bringing you the best of the best ones as well. So all of these tools, we'll pop these into the Business Owners Smashing It Online Facebook group. It will be up there sort of probably tomorrow and Thursday. If you are not a member of the Business Owners Smashing It Online Facebook group, now's a great time. Just head over there quickly, click that join button. We'll let you in. And of course, all of the past tools that we've talked about in there as well too, for you to be able to search. All right, so what do we got? Votes are coming in thick and fast. And I should say too, if you do have a cool tool or an app that you think I should feature on here, love to hear from you because there are some that I miss. There are thousands of tools literally that get published every day. So feel free, shoot me a message, let me know. Happy to credit you with it as well too. All right, what do we got? The book, Coolers, Chatbase the winner. Yeah, Coolers, Video Summarizer, Chatbase, Video Summarizer. Oh, it's a fairly even spread today. Look at that. Excellent. All right. Well, one of the things, here's a challenge for you. One of the things I would like to see is if you do happen to use that Video Summarizer, I'd love to see your articles. So it's a really good, easy way to create articles for your blog. If you pop them on social media, feel free to share them with me because it also gives me an idea of what you do. And also gives me an idea of how good these tools are as well too. But give it a go. It really does help to make things easy for you. Excellent. Look at that, Fred. Podcast and book. You've ordered it. That was really quick. You've just done it now. Excellent. Excellent. Actually, that's how I get my books as well too. If anyone mentions it to me, I'm generally buying it straight away with the app on my phone. All right. Well, if you do want any help with some of these apps and tools, I mean, they're really there for you to explore for yourself. There are so many that sometimes it can be overwhelming. So more than happy to have a conversation with you about it to help you put together a strategy around it or help you to put those together. And I do have a range of programs and plans to help you with your business if that's suitable. So if you do want to have more information, reach out to me. Probably the best place to get me is on smashgo.co, but just Google me. I'm all over the net, so you'll find me. I live what I preach.